Happy Cemetery Sunday and welcome to the channel. East Florida Explorer here. Today I'm at the Espanola Cemetery in Flagler County, Florida. Just visiting this old Florida cemetery. It's definitely a beautiful one. Walking one of the old dirt roads that go through here, and I came here just to kind of go for a walk around this cemetery Sunday. This is kind of like Bunnell, Florida's cemetery. I always have videos with Bunnell, Florida, kind of where I grew up, went to school and stuff. And the city of Bunnell itself does not have a cemetery. And most of the pioneers of that town are buried here in Espanola, a few miles away from Bunnell. It's quite a big cemetery. Out in the country, pretty much. Espanola, Florida used to be a booming town back in the early 1900s. The railroad ran through the town. It had a hotel, post office, stores. And then the railroad was moved to a different location, and then the town changed. The train depot disappeared, the hotel. Now pretty much all that's in Espanola are a lot of homes and families. The pioneer families that started this area here. And a fire station, community center, and there's a park with a playground. And that's about, really, I mean, there's not much more. I see a lot of pictures on Facebook, not videos, and they're like AI'd. You see that a lot lately where there's a lot of AI stuff. And it's all these locations around me where I see the AI stuff, and it's, I saw one for Espanola the other day, and it had a water tower in it and everything, and Espanola doesn't even have a water tower, so a lot of people are trying to get like clickbait, I guess, with their stuff with the AI. But yeah, this small town Espanola, that's where I'm at. Like I said, a lot of early settlers of Flagler County, and a lot of people that came, it was not even Flagler County yet, it was St. Johns County before Flagler even existed. Lots of history, throwing it out there. And I'm walking towards the back of the cemetery here, almost to the very end. Because usually I've been out here and I made like a couple Cemetery Sunday videos already, and I usually start right up there. Way in the front corner is really all the historic older graves, older families, and there's a lot of older families out here too that have been in this area for a long time. Much respect to them. And I grew up in this county, and I grew up in the Bunnell area, but my family isn't buried in this part of Florida. Mostly all in the Daytona Beach area. Different kind of Cemetery Sunday this week. just walking around, chit-chatting. Beautiful place, very peaceful out here for sure. And it looks like in the distance we have a thunderstorm coming. Every day in Florida, now I'm gonna walk up towards the front a little bit and see if I can find a couple old historic graves, headstones. One maybe of Issac Moody Jr, because I believe he's buried here. And the Moody brothers have a lot to do with this county turning into Flagler County, and like the start of Bunnell and everything. They're like kind of like the movers and the shakers, I guess you'd say. Look at that, there's a gopher tortoise right down in that hole. I can see him looking at me. I don't want to go any closer. He's pretty huge. I'll leave him alone. Always gopher tortoises in the Florida cemeteries, or at least in my area, like Northeast Florida. Oh yeah, the sky is getting dark gray. I was hoping to get out and actually try to get a cemetery video this weekend before it rained, and it's been raining a lot, you know, so hard to jump out and grab one when I'm off work, and it's getting dark all around me too. Always creepy little statues, you know, in cemeteries. And to be honest with my subscribers and everything, everybody that watches, I wasn't even gonna do a cemetery Sunday this week. I was just kind of just do whatever, maybe edit my next video for during the week. But I thought, well, why not? I'll go out to pretty much the closest cemetery to my house and go for a little walk around, which is Espanola, here in the Bunnell, Florida area. I just got to the older part of the cemetery. There's Confederate graves here. Issac I. Lee passed away in 1932. And a little historic plaque for Alice Scott Abbott, Flagler County. She worked for votes for women. She died in 1920. Right there. So the old part is really, really cool, really fascinating. And like I said, I've visited this cemetery. I probably have 3 videos out on it already. Check it out. It's just different parts, different areas of it. Whoa. It's getting really windy. Somebody left their jacket. It got like really windy and so much darker now than it was. Really gave the cemetery a kind of eerie vibe. Wow, the wind's really picked up and the thunder's starting now. I made it to some of the Moody family here. Robert Moody. He was born September 15th, 1876. Passed away in 1918. His epitaph reads, "He is not dead, but sleepeth." Quite a few Moody's right in this area. Alvin Moody. Little graves. These are old. 1901 to 1902. And then the Dean family, also a big part of Bunnell. Starting Bunnell. There's small graves here. Grace Dean, 1911 to 1916. So some baby graves. I haven't seen Issac Jr. like I was looking for. Issac Moody. And also I was looking up the person that Bunnell, Florida is named after, Alva Bunnell, and his family. They started I think a little shingle mill there on the railroad tracks, and then Issac Jr. wanted to make Bunnell into like a little town, like a 1 mile square town, and laid out the blocks and the lots and everything with his brothers and Lambert, another man in the area, the Lambert family. I mean, I could go on and on. A lot of families are in this cemetery. It's fascinating. But Mr. Alva Bunnell, after creating pretty much the shingle company and starting Bunnell, giving it a landmark off the railroad, and then there was a depot there called Bunnell Stop. Mr. Bunnell moved to Miami with his family and spent the last, I think, 30 years of his life in Miami, and he's buried down in Miami, Florida, which I was really hoping to see his headstone. But wow, I can't even find the gravestone for Issac. I probably walked by it, you know, 5 or so times. That's what happens sometimes in cemeteries, you know. And sometimes I just go and wing it and walk around. Just enjoy it. No pressure here. So right here on the ground, next to this oak tree, is an old brick. Southern Clay Company. Or Southern Clay Manufacturer. Wow, it's been there a long time. So this brick is off of the old brick road, the Dixie Highway, which is right over there in that direction, just like less than a mile. And to speak of that, Issac Moody Jr. and his brothers, they had a big part of that Dixie Highway brick road. So pretty cool. It all connects. All right, so I have finally found the headstone for Issac I, Moody Jr. right here. I didn't know it was going to be such a newer style headstone, and he's buried with his wife here, Dora Lee. And since he died in 1918, I really thought it was going to be an older, you know, type of tombstone. So I walked this place for forever trying to find this. And the Moody family, there's some back here behind this row right here. Then there's a bunch just kind of spread everywhere. So it's hard to find. But Issac I. Moody Jr., yeah, one of the fathers of Flagler County, the county I'm in right now, where this cemetery's in, pretty much was the mover and shaker, man, of the area, starting in the turpentine business. He was a banker, a developer, all types of stuff, but he got a lot of people to move down to Florida, to this area from up north. Back then too, the early 1900s. So yeah, he died when he was 44 years old. But definitely somebody important of this area that I wanted to find. And also important too were his brothers. I think Robert right here, and I think the other one was George. If I'm correct, but he had a couple brothers that did a lot too in this area. So this cemetery is full of Flagler County, the old St. Johns County, Bunnell. This area is pretty much founding fathers, the pioneers of the area. Every name throughout here is an old Flagler family. Much respect to every family. It's really nice seeing, because these are the original names, and so many people are moving down to this area. So when you come out here, you see the original families that were here for a long time. But beautiful, beautiful cemetery here in Espanola, Florida, Flagler County. And I'll try to put some photos of Issac Moody Jr. maybe on the video, why not, so you guys can see, you know, what he did look like. But there are a lot of people buried here, a lot of names that did a lot for this area in the beginning. Love walking the cemeteries. A little piece of history here. Peaceful. Thanks for joining me. Happy Cemetery Sunday from the Espanola Cemetery in Flagler County, Florida. And I'll see you guys next time.